This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Kia ora, good evening, I'm Melissa Barton. Just over 30 people made it to Uber's public information session at the Heritage Hotel in Queenstown last night. The American-owned rideshare company is looking to launch in the resort in May. Mina Amso was there to find out why people wanted to join.
Kiwis and tourists often like to enjoy
Uber's New Zealand General Manager Richard Menzies says having Uber in Queenstown is well overdue. According to Menzies, 200,000 people have already downloaded the Uber app in the resort, indicating huge demand.
You look at the market dynamics where you've got 2 million visitors coming into Queenstown Airport every year. It's a massive opportunity.
Speaking to the audience at the Heritage Hotel in Queenstown last night, Menzies encouraged potential drivers to get on with their applications. They include former taxi driver and Queenstown resident Simon Morahan, who likes the flexibility that Uber offers. But he says a lot of Kiwis don't like the idea of an American-owned company competing with locally owned taxi operators.
It's a psychological barrier for me and for most Kiwis. It actually is, and for most people in the world.
But he says this is a hurdle, not a barrier, and if the pros outweighed the cons, he's in. He also says Uber's driverless cars are the way of the future.
Drivered cars with Uber are only a temporary thing.
Another man who didn't want to appear on camera told the South Today he's considering joining Uber given the low cost to join, the anonymity of being a driver and being flexible. But he says the stigma around taxi drivers haunts him after the sexual harassment allegations made by radio host JJ Harvey in October last year. The cost to become an Uber driver has dropped dramatically. In October last year, the government introduced new regulations for smaller passenger services, which made the passenger endorsement process much cheaper. Drivers now have to pay a minimum of $230 instead of $1,500. This covers a P-endorsement license application, a certificate of fitness, a medical certificate, and other costs like cargo and change of use form. Uber deducts just over a quarter of the total fare earnings from drivers. This compares to 5% other rideshare company deduct.
It's about choice and giving driver partners another way to earn money.
The proposed Uber service will cover Queenstown Central, Closeburn, Gippsland Valley, Arrowtown, Waikreek and Wanaka. The company is planning to launch in Queenstown and Dunedin towards the end of May. Mina Amso, The South Today.
Dunedin nurses joined their colleagues around the country and downed tools to pick up placards in a day of protest. Passing cars tooted support for around 50 to 100 nurses as they protested on the corner of Great King and Hanover Streets this afternoon. The New Zealand Nurses Organisation has organised protests like this one from Whangarei to Christchurch. The organisation and its members are trying to raise awareness of what they say are tough working conditions which put patients' safety at risk. A truck driver had a lucky escape when he crashed off the road on Dunedin's Upper Stewart Street this morning. The South Today was there.
Just before 11:30 this morning, an intergroup wastewater truck crossed the road coming down Dunedin's Stewart Street, ending upside down against the front of former King Edward Technical College building, demolishing part of a concrete wall in the process. Traffic was diverted as emergency services contained the scene.
The driver is in the care of ambulance. We've got dirty water across the road. We're stabilising the scene at this stage. No further action until the police come in and do their bit.
Despite the extensive damage to the truck, the driver's injuries were minor, and he was described by emergency crews as being a very lucky man. No one else was injured in the incident. Rudy Adrian, The South Today.
Wanaka Community Board Chairwoman Rachel Brown stepped down from her position at yesterday's board meeting after 4.5 years in the role. She says she's not abandoning ship and will serve on the board for the remainder of the term. In a statement, Mayor Jim Bolt acknowledged her decision and thanked Rachel Brown for her work during her time as chairwoman. Mayor Bolt believes it wasn't a decision that was taken lightly. A popular fishing and diving spot in Bluff has been closed to the public after asbestos was discovered in the area. Coastal erosion has caused what could be a former landfill site to spill asbestos onto the foreshore. Sharon Rees reports.
An area in Bluff near the former Ocean Beach freezing works has been cordoned off to the public after traces of asbestos were found on the beach.
There's an old dump site from that area that has been exposed by movement of the sea, and in that dump site there is this small amount of asbestos.
While the asbestos may have been at the popular fishing and diving area for decades, being exposed means it could be a danger.
The danger comes when it becomes dry and friable, which means that the little wee asbestos particles can free themselves, and on the wind they can be breathed in.
An asbestos liaison group met yesterday to discuss the issue, but MAB said they're still in the early stages.
We've got to do further investigations just to understand exactly how much asbestos is in that area, and then from there we'll have people that are qualified to remove asbestos actually give us a report on how to get that done.
He said Environment Southland hope to have the report in the next 2 to 3 months, and that the Invercargill City Council will put up permanent fencing in the area. Any concerns regarding health should be directed to Public Health South. Sharon Rees, The South Today.
Still to come on The South Today, increasing numbers of foot traffic up Wanaka's Mount Iron leads to a scheduled upgrade to maintain the track. And Dunedin Hills are alive with the sounds of rally cars as the start of the annual Otago Rally gets underway.
For all your news from the southern regions as it happens, go to our Facebook page. The South Today, connecting you with your community thanks to New Zealand On Air.
Girls, get together for an indulgent day out at the Women's Lifestyle Expo. Over 100 companies under one roof showcasing fashion, beauty, health, fitness, food, wine tastings and more. You deserve a girls' day out. Check out grabone.co.nz for a 2-for-1 deal or pay $10 at the door.
Wait for seed to germinate. Why not do it the smart way? For instant results, call Ready Lawn today, or for more information, go to readylawn.co.nz. If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Helping New Zealanders to do more. Talk to MTF today.
At the Hard to Find Bookshop, we sell quality books on all subjects, from the rare to the recent, and where viable, we will come to you. We have a great reputation for integrity and honesty, so if you're downsizing or sorting an estate and have books to sell, contact us.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
The Terminus Apartments, where heritage meets modern sophistication and where the past is Dunedin's future. These 1 or 2 bedroom apartments are fitted with modern amenities, room to move and spectacular harbour and city views. Contact us now to have your piece of luxury. At Action Engineering, the team make their mark as innovators in engineering because they don't just make things, they provide solutions. Call now on 477-1643 or go online to see the services they provide.
Free heart transmission. Please open your heart. She is flowing freely. She is nourishing. She is loving. Call Sunny Chin for peace in your heart.
For 3 generations, the Kilpatrick family have ensured Jimmy's pies are still world famous in the South Island. Made to an old family recipe, Jimmy's pies have been one of New Zealand's traditional takeaway foods, prepared daily on the premises alongside a range of savouries, sausage rolls and cakes. Jimmy's pies are distributed throughout the lower South Island. Jimmy's pies are sure to satisfy your travelling munchies.
EFTPOS, point of sale and cash registers. Rent, lease or buy. Mobile EFTPOS and fixed terminals. Short or long-term rentals. Contact Anything's POS today. 0274 361 474.
Welcome back. A walking track up Wanaka's Mount Iron is scheduled for a major upgrade. This follows a huge increase in foot traffic to the scene at Lookout in recent years. The South Today took a look.
13 years ago, about 50 people each day walked up the rough track to the top of Wanaka's Mount Iron. But that number has ballooned into well over 300 per day in recent years. So the Department of Conservation has decided to realign the track into a more manageable path. However, as part of the track is not on dock land, agreements with other landowners still need to be reached. Rudy Adrian, The South Today.
The annual Otago Rally has Dunedin and the surrounding hills reverberating with the sound of many racing cars. The Southern Leg is the largest motor racing event in the South Island, with more than 100 competitors from many countries coming to play on the region's roads.
And they're off. Snow on the ground made for more fun than usual at the Media and Training Day ahead of the Otago Rally, which accelerates into action this evening. Long-serving event coordinator Roger Oakley says this year sees a large number of entrants.
The Otago Rally is South Island's biggest rally motorsport event. Actually, for rally, it's probably Australasia's biggest rally event. We've got 115 competitors from 7 countries, 14 international competitors.
Oakley says drivers will have to navigate some very tricky terrain.
We'll be competing over the roads from, Palmerston down to Lawrence, Saturday, Sunday, and 280 kilometres of high-speed special stages.
Each year, a well-known international driver is given a classic Ford Escort to throw around the countryside. This year, it's Norwegian WRC driver Mads Ostberg, who admits the snowy conditions are a little challenging.
Today, when you wake up and it's snowy, I think all the drivers in the world just going to work, it's going to be a challenging ride. So it's the same for us. It's difficult when it's snowing like this. It makes it really slippery and really difficult to control the car. So we need to slow down the speed quite a lot. And obviously we don't have the right tires on the car. We would probably prefer to have some studded winter tires on these conditions.
Osberg drives the latest Citroën in the World Rally competition, so is getting used to driving a 30 to 40-year-old Escort.
Yeah, it's quite a big difference. Obviously, this car is, even though it's a specially built rally car, it's quite old. The car I normally drive is a Citroën C3, so it's a brand new car, but the WRC specially built one with 400 horsepower, electronical gearbox and differentials, and long suspensions to cope with all the difficult conditions. So it's a completely different car, and for me quite a lot easier to drive. But okay, it's when you get to rally, you have a closed road and you can go as fast as you want.
The rally proper takes off from central Dunedin this evening, before drivers begin to tear up nearly 300 kilometres of Otago back roads over the weekend. There are many spectator points around the stages, with more information on the Otago Rally website. Daryl Baser, The South Today.
Greymouth is holding the annual West Coast Ag Fest this week. The two-day festival started today, and Saturday is normally its biggest day. The South Today turned up for a look.
The West Coast's Ag Fest 2018 includes 350 stalls, the biggest fleet of new vehicles seen on the West Coast, and lots of activities for the family. This year's venue is the Greymouth Aerodrome, and organiser Tracy Anderson is happy with how the event is shaping up.
I have to be honest with you, the first couple of days of this week were challenging with the weather, but that's the only thing we couldn't control. The rest of the organisation has been really, really good. Our exhibitors have enjoyed the new venue, and you know, it's only early, Ag Fest is only just open, and we're crawling with people checking it out.
Anderson says the event is a positive one for Greymouth.
But it brings a lot of people off the West Coast here to visit. They all bring their wives and their children for the few days that they are here. But it just keeps business going. The town's booked out. It's the biggest event on the West Coast, and it's something for people to come and do.
One of the main sponsors helped bring the iconic police tractor to the show.
Yeah, we brought the police tractor down from the North Island. It's been set up in police colours with sirens and lights, and it just goes around the country to schools, just promoting the police force, and it's a really good thing that Nords and New Holland have got on board with.
AgFest's gates reopen for a second day on Saturday. Rudy Adrian, The South Today.
After the break on The South Today, a large home on the Otago Peninsula is nearly destroyed by fire, and we have the weekend's weather for you.
"135 Cumberland Street is a brand new, recently listed Category 1 heritage building right in Dunedin's warehouse precinct. Only a short walk to the Opticon in the central city. These are warm, well-insulated, self-contained apartments with all you need for a short or long stay. With beautiful views onto the harbour, these Airbnbs at 135 Cumberland Street come highly recommended for your stay in Dunedin. At Action Engineering, the team make their mark as innovators in engineering because they don't just make things, they provide solutions. Call now on 477-1643 or go online to see the services they provide.
Garrador Dunedin, delivering quality stylish garage doors in Dunedin for over 15 years. New doors, replacement doors, repairs and maintenance are all part of Garrador's quality service. Garrador Dunedin offers a full range of modern quality doors to suit any home. Come visit the team at 553 Kaikoura Valley Road. Visit www.garrador.co.nz or call us on 488 5676.
Active Interior Design in Mornington are the curtain and blind experts. The team can even advise you on outdoor products like awnings and umbrellas, and will ensure that everything is perfect. For interior design with flair, call Active to book your free in-home consultation or call into the showroom in Mornington. Why wait for seed to germinate? Why not do it the smart way? For instant results, call Ready Lawn today, or for more information, go to readylawn.co.nz. If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Helping New Zealanders to do more. Talk to MTF today.
Oh, I'm not happy with this product demonstration, Ralphie. Oh, relax. It's all about balance.
the balance between softness and strength. And my balance is perfect.
So we won't fall.
Of course not.
Hi, Ralphie.
Oh, hey there, Whoa.
You fell for it.
Yep, I fell for it.
Cotton Softs. Softness and strength you can trust.
I'm cotton soft on the environment too.
EFTPOS, point of sale and cash registers. Rent, lease or buy. Mobile EFTPOS and fixed terminals. Short or long-term rentals. Contact Anything's POS today. 0274 361 474.
Girls, get together for an indulgent day out at the Women's Lifestyle Expo. Over 100 companies under one roof showcasing fashion, beauty, health, fitness, food, wine tastings and more. You deserve a girls' day out. Check out grabone.co.nz for a 2-for-1 deal or pay $10 at the door.
Thanks for staying with us. A large home on Otago Peninsula was largely destroyed by fire early this morning. Fire crews were called to the scene about 4:30 a.m. to find the house well alight. The South Today was on scene.
7 fire appliances from around Dunedin attended a burning house near Sandymount early this morning, with 2 appliances only present so as to help with breathing equipment. Fire crews used pumps to draw water from a nearby pond on the property to help battle the flames. Much of the 2-storey house was destroyed. The fire was contained by mid-morning and crews remained on site to dampen down the embers. No one was believed to be home at the time of the fire and the cause of the blaze is yet unknown. Fire investigators were on scene, as were police, but it is unclear if police assistance was part of the investigation. Rudy Adrian, The South Today.
The Southland Museum and Art Gallery welcomed the last of its visitors yesterday evening. Council staff, local iwi and members of the community gathered to bid the museum farewell. Sharon Rees reports.
In its final hour, the Southland Museum and Art Gallery was bustling with visitors, taking one last look at the museum as we know it. Councillors were joined by local iwi to walk through the galleries and give a karakia for the taonga left in the building.
The significance of iwi being there last night was to bless all the taonga and signal to the taonga and everything, not just Māori but all taonga that was there, that they were people would no longer be in the building. They may not be interacting with people so much at the moment, and basically putting them to rest and saying we haven't forgotten about you and we will be back.
Biddle said while the closure was a sensitive and emotional time for everyone, she believed it was the perfect send-off.
I think the people that were present, and there was very few, it was a very quiet ceremony for iwi to express their emotion and be able to spend that time, and so yeah, it was perfect if there was a perfect way of doing such a horrible thing.
Once the karakia was complete, the emotional crowd filed out of the museum and staff closed the doors behind them for the last time. Sharon Rees, The South Today.
And now look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT. Welcome, Paul Gorman. What have you got for us in tomorrow's ODT?
Well, weekend's about to start. Big ODT tomorrow, as normal on a Saturday. One of the good stories is apparently it's a major national employer is eyeing up Dunedin as a place to go. It's been looking at other cities around the country, but thinks Dunedin would be good because of our gig city and the speed of our internet. So it's interesting how that's becoming, a big draw card for employers. Hopefully, we don't know any more at this stage, but that's quite exciting. And you had the fire story there. Apparently, there was another house on the same spot that burnt down 25 years ago. Which is quite interesting. The same, so we've got about that tomorrow, and that awful accident on Stewart Street with the tanker that That would be so freaky seeing that. Imagine seeing that truck coming down without the brakes.
I know, he was one very lucky driver.
Very lucky, yeah. So we've got some amazing photos from that tomorrow. Interesting story about housing affordability. Central Otago Lakes area is continuing its record as the most unaffordable. Now we know that, but apparently median house prices there now are 15 times the annual wage, and academics reckon about 3 times the annual wage is what's affordable. So things are really out of whack there. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, and you can't afford to have people, like, you need infrastructure to support, like workers to support the industry.
Yep.
And if you haven't got that,
then you can't. I know, that's right. So lots there, and in the mix we've got some interesting stories, including what dogs think. I haven't read it yet, so I don't know what dogs think, but it could be it could be interesting. Yeah.
So if you read the paper tomorrow, you could get some enlightenment about what dogs think and catch up with the other stories. Thank you, Paul. Yeah. And now it's time for a look at tomorrow's weather.
Tonight's weather proudly brought to you by Mole Map.
Today's southern view is of the Dunedin Octagon, taken by Natasha McMeekin. Looking at the situation, there is mostly fine weather in store for the weekend, with increasing high cloud and some rain developing in western areas on Sunday. Gusty winds will become milder. To the southern towns, Balclutha and Catlins are in for moderate winds, mostly fine and a high of 11. Gore and Lumsden, you can expect moderate winds, some high cloud and also a high of 11. Moving westwards to central, Alexandra and Wanaka can expect light winds, some high cloud and a high of 13. And it's pretty much the same for Queenstown with a high of 12. Te Anau is in for freshening winds, cloud increasing with a high of 11. To the northern outlook, Oamaru and Timaru can look forward to fine weather, moderate winds and a high of 12. For Marama and Twizel, it's light northerly, some high cloud and 14. Here in Dunedin tonight, it will be fine and cold tonight with frost and a low of 3, so wrap up warm. Fine and cool tomorrow with sunny periods at first, but increasing high cloud and breezy winds, 12 and 9. High cloud increasing and milder temperatures on Sunday with strong gusty winds, rain developing at night, 13 and 9. And in Invercargill tonight, it's fine but still very cold with light frost and a low high of 0. Fine and sunny with light winds tomorrow, becoming milder, 14 and 10. Cloud increasing and rain developing later on Sunday with strong gusty winds, which will eventually become milder, 15 and 10. And that's our news for this Friday. For the latest news from the southern region, you can follow us on Facebook and at channel39.co.nz. We leave you tonight with some shots from the media day at the Otago Rally. From all of us here at the South Today, have a great weekend and drive safe.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.